Maybe a few days late, but it appears spring has finally sprung here in the UK, which means it's very warm. But I'm suffering just for you to keep the windows closed and keep the sound quality as normal as possible. Although I should say, it's normally not that great, because I don't have a professional headset. Woohoo! So, this time we are going to do what I said we were going to do. We're going to go and do the Roguelands. Issue being, to get there I have to go through the ancient ruins, so let's go do that. Let's go and do the ancient ruins. I'm not going to be too fussed to do anything. You've seen everything this place has to offer. That's correct. Hey Winston, what you got for me? Rad. Right, just gonna... Oh, I'll have that portal there. Bam. Nope. Uh-oh. Bam. There we go. You've seen everything this place has to offer, so I'm just gonna run it until I get to the correct place that I need. There we go. Roguelands straight away. Nice and easy. Here we go. So, the Roguelands, before I go in, I've got to put this in shield, because a shield I actually want to keep. Not even a level. Yeah, I should mention that the Roguelands is somewhere I should definitely warn you before you go in the first time. The long and short of it is that this place is one of... I think it's the only place, actually, trying to think of any other examples. I think it's the only place where the boss has already spawned when you enter the level, and the boss spawns directly behind you. I'll slow down to begin with and you'll see it, but my advice genuinely, as soon as you go in, is just to start running, just start dashing to the right. But I'll show you as we go in exactly what I mean. I'll set up a bubble in a second. So you spawn in, and then over here, eventually you'll see this shadow begin to move towards you, trying to get it on camera. This is the boss. At the minute it's completely invulnerable. And it just consumes anything you fire at it or you hit it with. And the way that you get it to actually summon again, touching those plague hives, these things, makes the plague beast vulnerable. So literally just walking across these, you need to hit 10 before it stops bothering you. And at the minute I'm just dodging things awfully, just so I can make some room. Oh, I'm not having a good time here, am I? Yeah, there we go. So I should mention as well, I will make it back around, but there's a couple of these mobs. There's squirms and there's plague casters. Plague casters are genuinely just so annoying. Squirms, don't really care for them. They're fine. But when you're running away from a boss like you are here, having a really tall enemy is kind of there to slow you down. Alright, bosses are vulnerable, so I need to basically kill the boss. I'm playing it a little bit risky, a little bit close to the chest here, because I do want to talk about all the rest of the enemies in here as well. Boyzu's saving me here, by the way. Don't attempt to dash over it all that often. It's not really going to work out in your favour. Can I get this squirm dead as well? There we go. Boss is down. Right. So the plague beast, you have to hit 10 of these plague hives. They also drop world fragments when you cross over them, and sometimes drop credits as well. But they are paramount in being able to hit the boss, which means they're paramount in taking him down as well. So that's it. Squirms. These guys have dribble. They don't do damage with the dribble. They just float around and eventually hit you. They only hit boxes their actual face, like that. As you can see, they do a lot of damage, so please be careful. But they don't take that many hits. I will mention again, I'm not going to one-shot everything here, purely because it is a new zone and it's the hardest zone I will have came across at all so far. But I want to come back down and talk about these guys as well, the other enemy in the level. These are plague casters. The plague casters are only annoying, really. They fire projectiles like this. They're not that hard to dodge. They're actually really nice to see against this background. This place is beautiful, by the way. I think it's gorgeous. Colour scheme is top-notch. Great job, Sean. But if they're ever in a corridor like this, where you can see the ceiling and the floor are so close together, they have two stages of their hitboxes. You can see here, it's just standing. So just standing. And then when he starts to attack, he'll wiggle. And when they wiggle, their hitbox changes. And at that point you cannot dash over them, you'll just take damage. So you have to wait for them to be completely still to dash over them. It is possible, but it requires a lot of patience. So when you've got a boss literally breathing down your neck, it's not as easy as it sounds. So my advice in general is to try and kill them. So you want to come here with like decent amounts of damage to survive. But that's it. That's all the enemies in this entire level. Like, there's nothing. I do want to try and see if I can get this guy. I want to see if you can attack first, and then I dash over them. So you can kind of see when they start to wiggle, their actual like hitbox returns to just a standard place, which makes it really easy to dash over. like really easy to dash over. When they start wobbling, not possible. So you can see I kind of got stuck on him there. But yeah, they're just there to slow you down. That's the point of them. The squirms follow you and can obviously chase you through terrain, which is why they're annoying as well. But it's nothing you can't handle at this point. As long as you've got the damage and you kind of understand enough about the game. Oh wow, didn't remember that you were there. You were causing me problems earlier. Get out of here. As long as you know sort of how to control your character and how to approach a new level, they're not that difficult. If you've got something like, and this isn't genuine advice because not everybody's going to have access to this right now, but there's an item called the Ice Wall. It's an ultimate gauntlet, and that makes this level really, really trivial because it knocks back like all the enemies except the Plague Beast. And the Plague Beast, the boss, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that, but his name is the Plague Beast. But yeah, it knocks back all the enemies and deals damage because the Ice Wall. It scales off with magic because it's a gauntlet, but obviously keep that in mind. I will mention actually that this level is quite simple after you get rid of the boss. I meant to dodge that and I just didn't. It's not that hard once you've killed the boss already, so come here and sort things out. And I should say, between this level and the next level, the Bifrost, as it is called, we'll see that next episode. But between this level and the next level, if you ever want to grind just open chests forever, and I mean it, this is one of the places to come to, and the Bifrost is the other one. I feel like these two levels are the ones that will give you the most chests to open. The Bifrost probably by far, in my opinion, but this place is a close second, and you get world fragments, and you get credits, and you get like decent. Where my starfruit? There they are. And you get like decent plants. These are tier 4, so as you can imagine, making my way down the list here, they are quite useful, and it's one of the only places you can get it, but it's in ample supply, like genuinely. So I would recommend for whoever cares just to come here if you want starfruits, or if you need world fragments or anything, that's fine. I'll run it a few more times and hopefully not as rustily this time. And I do want to put some more experience in my shield as well. Hey, right. I keep going in my chest to look at my inventory, but I've already got it on me, so it doesn't matter. Let's see, what else should I actually move around? I can use these. That'll do. That'll do. Alright, so I'm not even going to bother waiting for the boss to show up this time. I'm just going to go, get to the plague hives as fast as I can, open that chest, grab a few things along the way. And you'll get a message from Lenny when it's able to be attacked, so don't worry about counting up to 10. But it is 10, for anyone who does care. There you go, he's vulnerable, attack him now. So, at this point, you turn back around and fight the boss. You can be a little bit more intelligent than I am, and just kill the boss, like kill the enemies as you go. Got him, right. Kill the enemies as you go. That makes the boss fight easier as well, but it does take you a little bit more time. And it does speed up after you turn it into just a regular enemy as opposed to an invulnerable boss, so I wouldn't worry about it. Like, take it however you want, but the general advice is to kill the enemies first, unless you're confident enough in your ability to dodge past them. And kill them quickly, because if you can't kill them quickly, like, you might want to kill them as you go, because the boss is slower then. As opposed to get to the 10 hives, then worry about like the horde of enemies chasing you that's going to take you like 4 shots each to kill. It's probably not worth it. But that's it, genuinely. This level's one of the simplest, and it's one of the most rewarding as well. So, if you are interested for like low risk, questionably low risk, depending on how hard you can hit anyway, low risk and high reward levels, this is the place to be. I recommend it wholeheartedly. It's not the best place for experience, but it is certainly a good place to come to. So who cares? But as you can tell, we're starting to get tier 4 materials from this place. So I do need to go back and start doing more tier 3 planets. But fortunately, the next level, Bifrost, again I mentioned it a few times this episode alone. The Bifrost happens to have some tier 3 materials in it, most notably the gas bugs. I need to sneeze. Right. Yeah, it has the gas bugs everywhere. So if you ever want to get gas bugs, which again, I haven't really seen that many of. I think all the ones I've got here are all from chests. So as you can imagine, Gas bugs are important, but not necessary unless you can do the Bifrost. But the Bifrost goes back to being more of a complicated level, so genuinely, I'm not going to do it this episode, as I've said before. It's going to be its own thing, because it needs to be its own thing. And I will mention, I know I mentioned it before, but perhaps not on this series, the Bifrost as a level is the place I lost my first good character, like my first character that lasted more than like 3 levels or whatever. Yep, I went to the Bifrost and died, so the Bifrost I'm still scared of. I respect the planet quite a lot. So I kind of need to level stuff up before we go in there anyway. Gromwell, already got rid of one of you. Oh, we're definitely not going to the Molten Crag. No, 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 no. Alright. Let's do the rounds, get some more in my shield, because it is the most, it's the most stats I'm going to gain from this. Beautiful. I'll have that. I'll have this. Don't care about Thunderworms right now. Right, but that's the Plague Lands. I've got to go back. Hopefully I got Portal. I did. I've got to go back and deal with it again. But yeah, as a planet, not scary. I like it a lot. I would like to get some more creditos. Domo arigato, trash man. What else is on the docket? I think that's it that I want to sell right now. It is. Why? People message me every time. Who loves me? Okay, no one. I ordered Breath of the Wild finally, so I've had about 6 emails half an hour late telling me that I've got Breath of the Wild on the way. Perfect. Right. Back to the Plague Lands. I'm just going to keep going. Do a couple more runs of this just to show you guys the level. Hopefully you'll pick things up outside of what I can show you. And I'll try and do it properly this time, where you kill the enemies along the way. Touching those plague hives make the plague beast vulnerable. Yep, I got it. So yeah, you can always see like your shadow looming behind you if you're not quite fast enough. So, hey, Azarius. See you, Annalise. No one needs you. But yeah, the reason I mentioned actually that this place has a lot of chests is because it's a really good place to come to try and get rings. I feel like this and the Bifrost, because they have so many chests, are the best places to get rings from. Alright, there's a couple of you which are causing me some grief. Ow. If I could actually use this gauntlet, that'd be great. Hey, extra portals, I like that. Just get out of here, boys. Oh, I didn't actually see the boss. I am good at the game. Please listen to me, I tell good advice. Keep your eye out for it. You can always see it as it follows you around. He should be number 10 over here. There we go. I missed a guy. Oh well. Makes no odds to me. But yeah, that's great. I got the ring I actually wanted. I want better condition. Better condition? Well, better rarity rings, but I shan't complain at Azarius because it's the correct stat lineup that I want, so can't complain at that. It's convenient. And again, as I mentioned last time, it's only like a 9 loss of stats between like the top rarity and the lowest, so it's really nothing to be scared of. Get out of here, boy. I think I 2-shot everything. Was I 2-shotting everything before? I don't know. 125 is a really good point for damage, because obviously then you 2-shot anything that's got 250 HP or less. Hey, it's a squirm card. Again, I've tried to be good with the names. Not all of them have been great. I completely forgot the I forgot the names again. Wow. Sploopy. The Sploopies from the Hollow Caverns, like the flower-looking dudes that chase after you. Kind of like these guys, actually. I forgot their names forever, and I got a card on my main account the other day. And I was like, oh, it's Sploopy. I forgot about that. And that sparked a conversation between Jerry and I. Or Jeremy, as someone called him on his... was it on my... he was on one of the Discords. Somebody called him Jeremy. I thought it was funny. We had a guy at work before. His initials were JP, so we always called him JP. Don't know why. I'm fairly certain it's because we had another guy with the name Jake, which is what his name was. Jake start the same year as him for like the Christmas temps. But then after the other Jake left, he never took the name back. He just stayed as JP. And one of the Christmas temps the following year called him PJ by accident, and it stuck. So he was PJ forever. So classic Jeremy. Be dead, please. Thank you. Hey, the levels are coming in. As I mentioned last time, like level 50 was the new request to try and get the, you know, the next kill point. But at the same time, like it's not a huge deal to get any amount of levels at this point for me. I'm gonna do shield again. Bam. I want to do shield one more time, but I'll do it an easier level. I don't need to buy any of those. This I will purchase. And nothing else here. We'll do one more run and call it good because that's it. Like the level isn't that interesting, I don't think. I'd much rather run around and just finish it as fast as I can than do it the way I suggest you should. But at the same time, like whatever works best for you is always the best answer. Need to make a second sweep back round now. There we go. Right. See, this is where it can get overwhelming. I've got no mana. It's alright. Calculated, it's fine. Disclaimer, nothing was calculated, that was just sheer luck. And I had like 50 HP, so it wasn't really at much of a risk. The squirms were actually more dangerous to me than the boss was. Truer words have never been said. Alright then, get rid of this tasty herb. And this planet stone and this. We've got a stack of credits, which is exactly what we wanted. Excuse me. Excuse me. Ow. There we go. It's alright, I can stop concentrating now. It was fine, I was just double checking everything was done. And I've got to come back through here. Probably a few enemies I missed. Yeah, there they are. Just to make sure that I collect everything that I missed, like any of the mining nodes, any of the plants, and of course, kill the extra enemies. That's great. I did not mean to move that one. Here we go. That should be the start. Yes, it is. So the level should now be completely clear, which is great. That's kind of what you want. If I haven't mentioned this before, and I probably should have done, if you clear a level of all enemies, basically the experience that you gain for your character is more. Just quantifiably, it's higher. And also the amount of experience that you get from the gear chalice at the end of the level is also higher. So wherever you can, sort of killing every single enemy is actually like the best idea, because if you're confident enough to kill them once, you can kind of kill them over and over again. There are points where you could get overwhelmed, and I respect that. Like, it's happened to me even this episode, so I know it happens, but at the same time, like, it's nothing you need to worry about if you face the enemies before and you just use a level head. Like, don't go in just like an idiot and just get yourself killed, because it's completely possible. Sorry, Galahad, you can stay on that Knights of the Round Table thing. I don't need you. Alright. Pick up some stuff here. Fantastic, that's everything. Right. So the level's done. Got to do Roguelands once again. And we're going to do... I'm not sure. I might do Ring, because then that's guaranteed to give me these increases. So is the shield. I'll just do shield. I didn't do shield. I lied to myself. Doesn't matter too much anyway. I'll have that monster claw emblem though. That sounds delicious. I'll open this chest. There you go. Gas bug again. Cool. Don't need you. That's it. Right. Let's go sell some stuff. Do the regular nonsense. And then I can do... Oh. What am I actually playing at? There we go. Right, make sure I got those bits done. I need to sell the cards as well. Well, that's the next one. Finito. Fantastic. Oh, I need that back. Oh, gosh. Thank you. Sorry about that. Just threw my money off into space. I don't think there's much in the way of what else can be done here, but I do have one more item I need to be making, which are these again. So the gas bugs have already accrued, which isn't very many. I need to now turn into more anti-frost potions. So if you couldn't guess, the Bifrost itself is another level that gives you some sort of debuff, and this one is frost. It's in the name. So this one, it basically slows you down. It doesn't do damage directly, but it slows you down to the point where even dashing doesn't move you very far, and then when that happens you just get overwhelmed because some of the enemies in there are difficult enough to dodge as it is, and when they restrict your movements it becomes increasingly difficult to fight back. So that's the case with this one right now. So the frost itself is definitely something you need to be considered, and I will remember, I'm going to put that on my hotbar right now because that is actually something that needs to be retained in a relatively safe place. But what I'm going to do in any case is prepare for the Bifrost. We're level 50, we do okay damage, we're just on the brink of that 125, so it's a risky thing to do, but I'm going to start taking risks with the character because we're at level 50. People are, when I was saying, do you want to kill the character off at level 40, the answer was okay, but why not level 50 because you get more unlocks and stuff, which is a completely valid point. At any given point you could say that. You could say now, because I'm at level 50, oh, at level 60 you'll get more unlocks if you die then, so why not wait till then? So what I'm going to do is actually start to take risks. I'm at level 50, so I've already guaranteed at least the main piece of progress that I wanted for this character, which was to get to level 40 in Iron Man. The overall choice that I wanted to make for this character was to beat the creator in Iron Man mode, just to unlock one of the uniforms. It's useless, but it's a challenge in itself. And of course try and do one of the arena bosses in challenge level 3, but that might probably just going to be the end of the character if I tried to do that by myself. But still, excuse me, I hit my mic. In any case, there's still some options there, so if you guys do want me to kill off this character, let me know. I'll kill him off tomorrow, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter to me. I've already done the things I wanted to accomplish, so if you guys want to see this character die and we can continue on with the regular character or do Iron Man again, that's fine too. But of course there's still progress that could be made here, so it's not the end of the world if people didn't want it to ship off quite yet, because I've got no opinion either way. It's all the same to me. In any case, that is it for now. That was the Roguelands. I mean, it's not that scary. I don't think the place is overly interesting, but it's very pretty to look at, so that's fine. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me once again, folks. Please look after yourselves because I'd like to see you again. Until that day comes, please have fun, and bye for now.